Estate planning is a process whereby you can transfer your assets to the people that you hope to receive those assets, the beneficiaries. An estate plan can be simple or it can be complex depending upon what assets you have and the plan for distribution that you have for your beneficiaries. Many people think that if they have a will, that their estate plan is basically handled. That's not really true. In California, as in most states, wills have to be probated, which will result in many fees and a lot of additional time being spent to administer that probate. A trust allows you to avoid the necessity of the probate and bypass all of the additional costs and time that you would have otherwise incurred. At Tyler Law, we believe in personalizing the estate plan to the individual. We do that by doing an intake questionnaire that asks questions about your estate and your beneficiaries, and we continue that process on through consultations where we discuss those issues and try to figure out the best way to accomplish your goals. So a proper estate plan would incorporate a few different documents. One would be the document that transfers the assets to your beneficiaries after your death. The second would be a document that allows for someone to handle your financial transactions, the things that are dealing with money, bank accounts, real estate, that type of thing, if you're incapacitated. And the third would be an advance directive for healthcare that puts someone in charge of making medical decisions if you're unable to make those decisions. Although there are places you can go where you can try to prepare your own estate plan, the problem is most people don't know the questions to ask. No one really knows the details of how does this go if I don't handle it in a certain way, if I don't transfer assets in the proper manner. And we're here to help guide you through that process and to accomplish your goals in giving to your beneficiaries with the least amount of cost and time. At Tyler Law, we know that it's important to make sure that the changes to the state or federal law that have occurred are incorporated into your estate plan. We do that by making sure that we keep up to date on those changes through research, through monitoring of the legal changes which have occurred to make sure that we can incorporate those changes into your estate plan to have it be as up to date as it possibly can. We've seen lots of situations where families are expecting to be getting something from their loved one, and it just doesn't work out the way that they planned. We really try to make sure that your wishes are carried out in the estate plan, that the assets transfer to your loved ones in the manner that you request, and that transfer is smooth. One of the biggest misconceptions that we run into over and over again is, I'm okay, I don't need any more done to my estate plan, I have a will. What people don't realize is that in California, any will needs to be probated, meaning the thing that you're trying to avoid by getting a will is exactly what you're going to get. The only difference between dying with a will and without a will is that if you die with a will, you pick who gets your things after probate. Whereas if you die without a will, a judge picks who gets your things. Either way, you're going through the probate process and your heirs are going to be subject to a significant amount of money and a significant amount of time, which could be completely avoided if you had a trust. We work closely with financial planners and CPAs. We understand where our lane is and we want to make sure that we're firmly within that lane. We also want to be consulting with your other advisors to make sure that we're not doing anything which might adversely impact you, either from a financial or a tax standpoint. While nobody really wants to talk about death, one thing I can tell you is that after you've actually taken care of your estate planning, you think about it less. People end up spending a lot of time thinking about oh my gosh, what happens if, prior to doing their estate plan. After that's done, it's handled. You can just live your life. You don't need to spend every moment wondering about what happens if you're on a trip to your kids. That's been dealt with, and you get to just enjoy your life. At Tyler Law, we do everything we can to provide a flat fee for the work that is being done, which is reasonable. We're not big believers in the strategy that you might have seen out there, which is to say, estate plans starting at $800, which of course by the time you leave the office, you've spent $3,500. There are certain estate plans that require more ongoing work, but for the average person, we're able to tell you what it's going to cost up front, and that will be to provide all the documents where you leave with everything handled. If you'd like additional information, please visit us at tylerlawllp.com or give us a call at 951-600-2733.